Right, hello, welcome. Eldonna, Amazing Fruits, Malika, hi Bart, Yewanda, Egyptian Famous, welcome. Arpita, Divine Judgment, and SD. Now, don't forget, donations entitle you to a little bit more than just the 2 cards that we have in a free reading. Gives you a little bit of a tarot and oracle reading if you donate anything from $1, of course. Don't forget to see the pinned link or the description box down below. Gives you the details as well. Okay, available through PayPal, or you can use Stripe, which is your credit cards, etc. So don't forget to check out. Hi Dana, how are you? Yes, you're added to the list. Okay, so here is the current list. Got SK Eldonna, Amazing Fruits, Malika, Washington Famous, Apta, Divine Judgment, SD, and Dana. Now, do not type your questions in until I ask. So the first 3 people that I want questions from are SK, Eldonna, and Amazing Fruits. Then I'll do Malika, Yewanda, Egyptian Famous, and then I'll do Apita, Divine Judgment, SD, and Dana. Okay, so this is the list here. SK, Eldonna, and Amazing Fruits. If I can begin, take a nice deep breath. Okay, what I want you to do is think about your question. Your question is going to start with how, what, and why. So the first 3 are SK, Eldonna, and Amazing Fruits. They might not be any particular order, just depending on, just because this is the list doesn't mean it's going to be in particular order. People flick in and out due to work situations, that sort of thing. So it might not be in any particular order. People might jump out and might miss their turn and might have to come back later. So just type in your question when I ask for it. So the first 3 people we're doing at the moment is SK, Aldonna, and Amazing Fruits. Okay, when I've done Aldonna, Malika, then you can add your question. When I've done Amazing Fruits, YOUIR can do their question. Okay, so when I've done Malika, Egyptian Famous types in her question. So as I do each one, then the next person types in their question, and then we can keep this moving. So nice deep breath. Think about your question, starting with how, what do I need to know? How will I improve my journey? Why do I react this way? Why does this happen? Think about what is the connection between me and him? What is the connection between us in this relationship? What do I need to know in regards to this relationship? What do I need to know in regards to this situation? What's important to me right now for me to be able to move forward with courage, with confidence? So think about your questions, starting with how, what, and why. We don't want yes and no questions. They don't really give you anything to work on. It doesn't give you anything. So think about your question. How, what, and why. And those that have been in here for a while should know. Hi, Music Oracle. How are you? So, Music Oracle, you're after Dana. I've typed in the free list. So, I want you to think about your questions. Think about your questions. How, what, and why. And those that have been in this chat for a while should know by now that the best questions to ask for tarot are not yes and no questions. They are not good questions. If you want yes and no, I will use the angel answers. Okay, and they're going to be giving you no more information than just the yes and no. They're not going to help you move forward. Right, let's have a look. Hi, Ashley, how are you? So think about your questions. You want to get the best out of them. Oh, good. Good, Music Oracle. That's good news. Right, Aldonna, let's have a look. What do you need to know right now? What's important? Let's use the Siddhartha Tarot. Oops, I do not want that one. Okay. Okay, what does Aldonna need to know right now? What's important? And what's happened to my glasses? There they are. It might help so I can actually see the cards. And as you will see, I've changed my cloth. This is from Sparks Creation, which you can find on Etsy. This is a reversible cloth. You get 2 sides to it. She does give tarot bags as well. Sparks Creation. They're from Canada. Absolutely great. Wish I could get a few more. Right, let's have a look. What is it? Oh, okay. As soon as I asked, what do you need to know? Okay, so we have, first card is 9 of Pentacles. Okay, there is a gain, but it's also important for you to take some luxury time out for yourself. take some time for you, which is really important here, because you've got new ideas coming. I do feel like there's a real need for, in regards to your passion or a new project, there is something coming for you. There is something arriving. So taking some time out for yourself for a moment to breathe, allowing yourself a little bit of a pampering, a little bit of a take time out for you, is going to be really important for you to be able to move forward on your journey with passion, creativity there coming into your life. Super important there. So remember to sort of take a breath, take a moment to, I want to say, check your well-being in a way, being able to sort of do that there, and so that you can move forward on your journey. Take a moment to breathe. Okay, so you're welcome, Aldona. So I want you to touch about your questions. This is the list. Now, Malika, that means that you can now type in your question. SK hasn't typed in theirs, so I don't know what's happened with, I know they were here like an hour before the thing, so they may have sort of the beginning, but so, right. So, amazing fruits, you're going to ask a yes/no question here. Now, remember, when you ask a yes or no question, you're not really asking the tarot. Okay, you're not really getting anything out of a read. I mean, you can, but it's not really getting the best out of the story. So, if you're going to ask a yes or no, we're going to you just use the no, yes or no cards from it thing. Just an example here. Oh, SK, you need to type in your question, please. SK, I'm waiting for you for your question. You're here. Oh, cool. If SK is, yeah, just need SK's question, please. Okay, amazing fruits. Let's take a moment to take a breath. Will you receive a video editing job? Yeah, feels like you will get a job. You will get something. If you're putting in the effort. So what do the angels say about it? Let's have a look. I just need your question. SK, yes, you'll be next. I need a question. Okay, just talks about situation improving. So will you receive the video editing job? Yes, and things will get better on the situation. Okay, put those away. Okay, SK, and I'm waiting for Malika's question. So I'm going to do SK. Yes, thank you for the for your post. So Malika, I need your question. Ye wonder. Right, SK next. Oh, no, I haven't done the 1 day a card challenge. No, I'll have a look, Music Oracle. Right. What does Pran be thinking about me since yesterday? Okay, I'm going to use the Waterfall Tarot for this. Oh, interesting. Knight of Cups came out straight away. So that's talking about romantic. It's talking about romance. Talking about feelings. Talking about emotions. And it's interesting because I get the Hierophant here, and the Hierophant is all about traditional courting or traditional dating is what I got here. So wanting to sort of date. So there's definitely a romantic energy going on here, and wanting to date in a traditional way, wanting to court. Which is interesting. Interesting indeed. So it does feel like there's a romantic energy around it. There is some emotionals, there are some feelings going on here, and in a very traditional way, wanting to court or wanting to date energy. So that was an interesting read. Did not know that was going to come up. So there we go. Does feel a very traditional way. Oh, good. So this is what I'm waiting for. Okay. So I'm waiting for some. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's a good question. What do I need to know about my relationship? Right. What do you need to know? Okay, so I'm going to use the romantic tarot. Oh, card flew out straight away. Two cards flew out. Okay, the first one here we have is the Devil card. So it's one of addictions. It's one of feeling like one's restricted, one's trapped. Be very careful that you're not feeling trapped in this relationship. I think there's going to be a lot of communication needed. I think there's a lot of communication, a lot of spending time alone, being able to have free time. So it does feel like it's going to be a relationship that you could find restricting in some way if there's not communication. And this is interesting here because we also get the card of Temperance, which can be one of it's interesting because we get the Devil card and we get this Temperance here. So we get the sense of things being restricted, feeling like things are excessive. It's a reminder to keep things in moderation, to be able to not be too excessive with our emotions, making sure making sure we don't react too excessively either, allowing us just a sense of calmness and calmness and serenity is going to be so important in this relationship. So I think there's going to be a need to communicate. I think it's going to be quite the Devil card can also be very sexual, very lust, not necessarily romantic. Yes, Erica, you can check out the links down below. On Ko-Fi, if you go through Ko-Fi, it's PayPal and Stripe. So you got the choice. If you go through Ko-Fi. Or you can see the PayPal link down below. Okay, just let me know how you've paid. So yes, Malika, the relationship could be one of restrictions, one of addictions, one of bad habits, repeated patterns. It might be really important for you to be able to be very aware of this relationship as you go into it here. I think you need to be very aware. You need to make sure that you react with moderation, that you're not too that it doesn't feel too excessive. One question. What do you need to know about the relationship? This is what it is. There is one of restrictions. There's one of being addicted. Okay, if you need any more information, you're going to have to donate. Okay, so this is what I've got. 2 cards giving you the information, Malika. One of restrictions, one of challenge. There'll be challenges in the relationship, and how you choose to react with them is totally up to you. Okay, 1 question per person, please. I'm not going to go into detail. Yeah, if you want to know any more information, don't forget. Okay, you wonder. Right, you wonder, Egyptian famous. Right. Let's. Deck of Heroes. Thanks, Music Oracle. Really appreciate that support. That's a huge help for me. So, Erica's donated. Now that must be on PayPal. Okay, Erica, I'll do you next. Just need Erica's question. VIP status for Erica. VIP status for Erica, and she's next. I'll just have to go into PayPal and have a look. Okay, I will like a love reading for you, Wonder. So let's have a look. 2 cards for you, Wonder. Okay, we've got 4 of Wands, which tells us it's a celebration, a commitment, a coming together for you. But it's important you look at what you're juggling within the relationship. You need to look at what your priorities are in regards to the love, the relationship on some level here. So you've got the 4 of Wands, which talks about the commitment, the coming together, the sense of stability, foundations being built in regards to the relationship here. And then you've got the sense of making sure that you work out what your priorities are in the relationship. There could be a lot of juggling around, being pulled into different directions within the relationship. So you need to make sure you've got a balance in a sense of balance in the well-being of the relationship is going to be super important here. Okay, so there you are. So that's really important here for you, Wonder. Here we are. Okay, so I'm going to do the donation now. So just give me a second. I've just got to go into this. So I've just got to go. It just takes me a minute to get into PayPal. Sorry, guys, I just logged in. Just takes a second to do. So we have to go into. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Here we go. Towards you, what's the energy towards you? Okay, so you want to look at, let's do in regards to this, okay, let's do Moon Baby, and let's do Don't know why, but I've just got divine feminine energy here as well. Right, so I'm doing Erica's reading because VIP status. Right, so what we're looking at is, what is the ex-wife? So what do you need to know about this energy that's towards you? So what do you need to know? Oh no, Music Oracle, give it a week or so. Give it a few weeks. It'll take a little bit of time. I'll let you know as soon as it arrives. It'll take a couple of weeks. Being in New Zealand, it takes a few weeks to get somewhere. Could take a few weeks. I'll let you know as soon as it arrives. Okay, so what's the ex-wife energy towards you? Let's have a look. Okay. Right. So let's have a look. What we're looking at here is there's a lot of thinking going on. There's a lot of thinking, a lot of analyzing of the situation. So I do feel like that Jay is doing a lot of thinking, a lot of analyzing what's going on. Here we've got the moon. Now the moon card to me can be quite emotional. It does feel like there's a lot of emotions going on. Feels like there is moving into the unknown in many ways. But there are some emotions coming into swing here. The moon energy can be quite lunar energy as well, so it can sort of affect the emotions in many ways. So that's why I still feel like the emotions are being affected. There's a lot of thinking about the situation. Okay. We've got the sense of feeling a little restricted by the situation. They may feel like they're a little bit restricted, unsure about opening up that thing. And yet there's a resurrection. So I do feel like there's going to be a resurrection. There is going to be an awakening to their emotions. So they might be feeling a little restricted at the moment in their thoughts and their ideas. But with time, I feel like there is an awakening. There is that sense of trying not to be too judgy about the situation. So here we have the sense of awakening. There's a perseverance, a keep going, being gentle sort of energy. But there is also, I'm wondering if there's a sense of walking away from it as well. Don't get too wound up in it. I think there's a sense of, okay, there's a sense of you being a survivor. Don't get too wound up in it here. I'm getting a sense, Erica, of not getting too wound up in it as well. Don't get too wound up. So I do feel like they can be analyzing the situation. There's a lot of thought going into it. Their emotions are a little bit thing. They're feeling a little restricted by things, maybe feeling a little bit judgy, and so waking up to that sort of energy about it. But there could be a sense of resurrecting something within their own life here. Wonder if they blow, I'm getting a sort of like they're blowing their own trumpet. There's sort of that sense of sort of being a bit loud in their thoughts and opinions. It feels like they're persevering in their own, whatever it is. And there is that sense of walking away from something. So they may be walking away from the situation as well. So I do feel like they're analyzing the situation. They're emotional. There's a lot of stuff going on. They are feeling restricted within themselves. There is a sort of an awakening within their own emotions, their own thoughts about what they feel. There's a bit of a, I'm a survivor. They can be a bit loud in their thoughts, but I do feel like they're walking away from you. Like they're walking away from a situation here. So I think there's a lot of thought, a lot of ideas, but I do feel like they're going to be walking away from you. I think it's something that you're just sort of going to let go of. So let's have a look and see what Divine Feminine card we get here. Akalanda, the goddess of never not broken. Everything happens for your liberation. I choose to become only more love. Everything happens for my liberation. I choose to become only more love. So I think it's important that you just open your heart, just radiate love from within yourself. Just be at peace with whatever happens. Allow things to be. It'll be good to walk away. Yeah, and just be at peace with whatever, and acceptance. Just come from a place of the heart. Here, I think that's really important. I think that's the overall message here, is just to sort of come from a place of the heart. So there's some things to think about, some things to, I think there's a lot of healing needed. I think there's a lot of healing needed on her part. There's a lot of her love and a lot of, it feels like we've got a lot of pink here, a lot of coming in with the heart chakra. So I hope there's some things to sort of think about. So Ashley's next. Wow, thank you very much, Ashley, for donating. That's muchly appreciated. So Ashley's question is next. While I look at Ko-Fi. Whew. So interesting reading there. So let me just go into Ko-Fi. Okay. Brilliant. Thank you. Let's do the field tarot with the Healers of the Earth Oracle. So Ashley. And once Ashley's done, if there's no more, there's okay. Thank you, Music Oracle, Egyptian Famous, Peter, and Divine Judgment. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Music Oracle. That's muchly appreciated. So what do the neighbors? So what do you need to know about the neighbors? What's important with the neighbors? What's important? Read the neighbors. Okay, what's important? Read the neighbors. Okay, I think there could be a bit of a power struggle with the neighbors is what I'm getting here. A bit of the power struggle here. Looking for opportunity. It feels like they're always looking for opportunities for something. Interesting, because here we get the sense of control as well. So you've got this power, this control, that's wanting to sort of be in charge. They're not emotion, they don't let their emotions. They're quite cold, in fact. I feel like they're quite cold. Sort of a cold energy. I get the sense of excessiveness and a need for moderation, but they're not very moderate. I feel like they make you feel like you're defeat. I feel like they want to be in control. They're not very peaceful. I do feel like they're quite excessive in their behavior sometimes. I do feel as though, and it's part of because they feel like they've been bullied in the past. And so they are wanting to, I feel like it's a bit of a cycle for them. Yeah, close the list for now. Because, close the list for now because it's quite a big list. And then we'll see how we go from there with timing. That's a good idea, Music Oracle. If people want to be patient, that's cool. But I just want to I don't know how long I'll be on. Good idea, Music Oracle. Yeah, close that list. So I think Ashley, I think there's a lot of wanting to be in control. I think it's because they were bullied in the past. And so they don't want to be in that state again. So they've got a bit excessive in their actions. Okay. I do feel like they want to be in control. They don't want to show their emotions. They want to be for opportunities for the situation, Ashley. So I think it's a lot of, says more about them than it does about you. Okay. It's not, I just think they're being bullied in the past is what I get here from this card. The sense of they feel defeated. They feel like they were not in control at one stage. So now they want to make sure that they're not feeling that way again. And so their behavior could be a little bit excessive, a little bit, I don't know whether that's what's been happening, but that's what I'm sort of getting from that energy when you talk about your neighbors. I do feel like that they were bullied in the past, and I do feel like sometimes they might come across as being a little bit cold, a little bit excessive. And so they're not going to show their emotions. They're not going to, that's why I think you're struggling to find out what your neighbors think of you. I think a lot of it is about their own past behavior of what's happened to them in the past. Should I say, what's happened to them in the past. So really important here. Okay, so that's super important. Okay, so it's about being a little bit friendly, I want to say here. Thanks, Music Oracle. So I think it's really important that you spend a little bit of time outside. I think you need to sort of, it's interesting because we get nature sprite here with fairies, love of nature, eco-friendliness. So I get a sense of just being, just finding a sense of inner peace, I think, with the situation here. I think it's an understanding of what's been going on for your neighbors and the fact of them being here. Cool. That's cool, Music Oracle. You just do what you need to. That's awesome. Thank you. So, Ashley, I do think it's about just knowing that your neighbors are feeling a little bit extreme in their behavior. They sort of put their emotions, they don't let their emotions sort of get the better of them. They were bullied in the past, and so they need to find a sense of inner peace within this. They do need to find a sense of tranquility, a sense of serenity, and I think that will come from you being friendly, sort of just being at one, just a sense of acceptance is what I get here with the nature spirit. That sense of just being at one with nature, if you like, just being that inner peace is really important, radiating love. So hopefully that helps with your neighbors. I think there's a lot of stuff going on from their past, which is why it's hard to know how they actually feel about you. Okay. Right, so where are we now? So let's just take a nice deep breath. Let me just throw in an incense here. Let's throw in a yoga incense. Nice and deep breath and relax and chill. So actually, I hope that sort of makes sense. I mean, I've got no idea about your neighbors, of course, but that I think might be why they may not seem as friendly is because of what's happened in the past. So I'm just lighting an incense stick here. Take a nice deep breath while we look at the journey. Oops. Right. So we need some questions. Now, Egyptian famous can be in and out with due to work. So I'm not sure who's here, but we'll just take a nice deep breath for a second. So I need questions from Egyptian famous. Peter, divine judgment. SD and Dana, and then oh, Egyptian famous is in. She just comes in and out. So let's do Peter, divine judgment, SD, and Dana. Okay, guys, need some questions. Take a nice deep breath and think about your question. Let's get going. And then music, oracle. Yeah, she comes in and out. She usually is around. Dana, okay. So if you don't type your question in, I can't do your reading. It won't be in any particular order, but I'm going to do the questions as they come in because I want to keep moving. So I'm waiting for Peter, divine judgment, and SD, and I'm going to do Dana right at this moment. Okay, what's coming your way? Let's do Chinese tarot. I do not want the vintage Japanese, which I'll do next. Right, so what's coming your way for Dana? I need some questions. People come in and out, I know. People flick. Disconnections with the internet. So if you don't type your question in, if you're on the list, you'll miss out. So we've got Egyptian famous, Peter, Divine Judgment, and SD. Right, Dana, what's coming your way? Okay, that flew out. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, Dana, you might find yourself at a bit of a crossroads, unsure in which direction you're actually moving into. Oh, it's going to be a bit. So where's that light coming from? Wonder if it's. No, it's not there. No. That's interesting. Okay, so what's coming your way? Okay, so you've got Two of Swords here. So you might find yourself at a bit of a crossroads, unsure in which direction you're moving, but you got to know your potential. What's possible? What are you able to achieve within your own journey? That's what you're sort of being asked here. So you might find yourself at a bit of a crossroads, unsure on which direction to go. It's all about the knowing your own potential, knowing what's possible for you to achieve and which direction you actually go in at this time. So you might feel yourself unsure in which direction. Take a moment, take a breath, and know what you're actually capable of achieving. So that's where you're sort of looking at in regard to the direction, what lies ahead for you at the time. Okay, so you can donate, no problem. Still waiting for the list here. SD and Eliza. You're welcome, Dana. You're welcome. Right, Egyptian famous, Peter, Divine Judgment, SD, Eliza. Oh, and Music Oracle. Thanks, Music Oracle. Oh, how can you feel secure in yourself? Interesting. So I've picked up the vintage Japanese. Okay, and Music Oracle feel more secure in yourself. Peter, please post your question. Yes, please. How can Music Oracle feel more secure in yourself? Right. Okay. Feels like getting a sense of clarity within yourself. Okay. Meditation, reflection, a sense of, is what I'm getting there, a sense of meditations. I think it's going to be really important. Even those 10-minute meditations that I do myself, I find them, I get a sense of clarity and a little bit more secure in my own thoughts. Can be really important, having a sense of clarity. Interesting. Knight of Pentacles, taking your time, not rushing through things. Allow yourself that sense of just a slow journey. It's a very slow journey. Taking your time, not rushing, is really important here. And thinking about your goals, what you want to achieve, can allow you to feel a little bit more secure. So taking your time to breathe, having that sense of clarity within yourself, knowing it's a long journey. It's not something that's going to be rushed, not rushing around, just taking your time, allowing yourself to really find yourself at peace, just breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth is going to be really important here. Just that sense of well-being, that clarity comes from within, and knowing it's a bit of a long journey. It's not something that's going to be rushed, allowing you that sense of what do you truly want to harvest in your life? What do you want to bring into your life? It's a lot of reflecting, contemplating, thinking about your goals, and what you want to achieve. I think that's really important here, Music Oracle, is to actually allow yourself to just breathe. And those 10-minute meditations, I find, are so good just to allow that beginning, and then having a little bit of relaxing music, a little bit of meditation music afterwards, a bit of Reiki music, anything like that that's going to allow you. And that's part of the journey. That's why I say about not rushing, allowing yourself to just sit and be still without actually doing anything, just listening. So I think that's really important there. And that's going to allow you to feel a bit more secure. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. It's going to be a bit of a journey. Okay, so just give yourself time to work through it. Super important here. Right. So the free list is closed, but I'm still doing donations. Right. So I'm still waiting for Peter's question. Please type in your questions. Divine Judgment, SD, Eliza. If you want your questions answered, if you don't, please let me know. Because you're going to miss out. If you don't type in your questions, you're going to miss out. Because I'm not going to stick around all day waiting for you to post. So if you don't type your questions in, you miss out. So Peter, come on, Egyptian Famous, Peter, Divine Judgment, SD, and Eliza. Who else? Music Oracle. I'm waiting for a question, Peter. Please just, Peter, can you please type in your question? Right, Cherie's posted. Peter, I'm still waiting for a question. So I'm just going to start doing some questions here because I'm not waiting around all day. That's all right. Cherie, I'm going to do your question. Because I'm not waiting around. People need to type in their questions, please. Instead of just saying, yep, thank you. Do you see a stable long-term relationship for you? Right. Cherie, you've got a lot to learn, a lot to discover in regards to relationships. There's a lot of things that you need to learn and discover about relationships before you can have a long-term committed one here. There's some stuff that you might need to walk away from, leave behind, so that you can move into a more long-term committed relationship. There's still a lot for you to learn and discover. There's some things that you might need to leave behind before you can move into a long-term committed relationship. Okay, there are some things that you need to learn. So not this stage. There's still some stuff that you need to discover. There's still some stuff that you need to learn, discover, walk away from to move into a committed relationship. There's some things that you need to learn and discover. Right, Peter. Thank you. You're welcome, Cherie. Take care. What are est feelings and intentions? Right. Ryder. What's going on with S? What does a Peter need to know? Interesting. Because I asked, what do you need to know about S? And it feels like everything's sort of coming together. There's a wealth, there's an abundance. And there's some things to face. There's some things to look at and discover, learn in regards to the relationship. So it does feel like there's a wealth of abundance. There's a lot of wealth. There's a lot of abundance, prosperity. Feels like things are sort of coming together in the way S feels. But there's still a lot to learn and discover about the relationship. So I do feel like S feels like there's a lot to learn and discover yet. It does feel like they want things to sort of come together. They want things in abundance. But there's still a lot to learn and discover. Oh, thanks, Music Oracle. It's very hard for me sometimes to look at people if they've posted early in the chat. So, Peter. Right. SP. So let me flick back to SP then. Nope, you're all good. Music Oracle's told me you've posted. That's cool. I can work through that. Okay, what's going on with your relationship? I think you need to really do some soul searching here. I think this is one of... Yeah, let's do the elemental wisdom. So what's going on with this relationship here? Okay, what's going on? Okay, what's going on with the husband? What's happening here? Yeah, dissatisfaction from life. He's dissatisfied. We've got the Four of Cups here, and that's about boredom, dissatisfied. But it's interesting because he is dissatisfied with things that are going on. He's unhappy, put it that way. There is a sense of being unhappy with what's going on. But I do feel like he still has that, he still cares about you. He's dissatisfied with what's happening in the relationship, but there is this sense of caring, this sense of seeing you as someone who's that mothering type of energy, that caring. So it could be that sense of feeling smothered, which is why he might feel dissatisfied with what's actually going on. So that's what's happening at the moment. He's dissatisfied. He definitely wants a sense of abundance and creativity in his life. He does see you as someone who Yeah. I think he wants that abundance. He does want abundance in his life. He feels very smothered by what's going on. So you need to take a step back. So really, I think you feel, what do you need to do to improve the relationship? Or I think there's a lack of communication. There's a lot of emotions going on here. There's definitely a lot of emotional stuff going on. So he's dissatisfied with what's happening at the moment. So some things need to change. Maybe you need to go for some couple counseling. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that needs to be dealt with in regards to that situation. You need to go to couple counseling or something like that. I think you need to get some help for sure. Okay, Nina's donated, so just going to give so I'm just waiting for Nina's question. Yep. Thanks, Music Oracle. That's great for that. Oh. Queen Create. Oh, there we go. I'm just waiting for Nina as well. So what are my ex-boyfriend in energy? Is he planning on any communication? So what's going on with this relationship? Let's do the Native American Tarot in this one here. Right. So what are your... Whoa. Okay. That was interesting. Flew out. So the card we get here is Six of Pipes. Six of Pipes tells us that there's victory, there's success. So I do feel like there's a sense of there's been a lot of battles and stuff going on. Okay, so there is a lot of things, but it does talk about success. So I do feel like there could be some communication coming into play. Okay, it's in the now, in the moment. Okay, and we've got that sense of matriarch of shields. So that's that sense of nurturing the well-being of the relationship. Okay, so Queen Create, I do feel like there's a lot of battles, a lot of conflict and stuff been going on with the relationship, okay? But it talks about there's victory in the moment. So I do feel like there is going to be that moment of communication. I think that's a sort of like a yes, there'll be communication. Yes, there is going to be some sort of communication. But I do feel like there's going to be a need to nurture that well-being, nurture your own well-being. Okay, so there's got to be nurturing the well-being of the thing. So I do feel like he wants success, he wants victory, he wants that moment in the moment. So I do feel like you need to communicate calmly, nurture the well-being. I think that's really important here, to nurture that well-being. So I think there's a real need to, with the communication coming into play, that there is that need to nurture the well-being. Keep calm, keep relaxed, keep firm. There's also a firmness. With the matriarch of shields, there is a firmness in it, an organization sort of energy, a very business-like of energy. Okay. And that's where I think, but it's making sure that you just stay calm, just keep staying relaxed. I think you just need to try again. It does talk about victory eventually. I think he will. But you make sure you nurture your well-being. Nurture your well-being. Might be something you need to think about. Nurture your own well-being. You got to do what's right for you. Right. Nina. Wow, okay, Nina. Wow, okay. Right, Nina. Let's do the Swagatom Tarot with the Shadows of Light. Okay. Okay, I just need to put a fan on. I suddenly got really hot. 1 minute. Sun's come out. It's got hot. Some air in here. Oops. Just remember, I live in a caravan and everything gets hot really fast. Whew. Right, put some fan on here. Get some air. Oh, that's a bit better. Whew. Hot. Oh, thank you. Sparks Creation. Right, Nina. What's going to come out in a love reading for you? What do you need to know about love? What do you need to know about relationships, self-love? All sorts of things. Right. From Sparks Creation on Etsy. Sparks, S-P-A-R-X, Creations on Etsy. Okay, so let's have a look here. I'm going to use a Swagatum Tarot with the Shadows of Light. Oops, one. And I'm going to do a crystal grid oracle. Oh. Oh, okay. So two's come out in that one. Right. Let's have a look. What's going on here? Right. Let's have a look. What have we got to begin with? Ace of Pentacles and Eight of Pentacles. So it tells us to look at the potential of the relationships. You need to look at the potentials, but there are some things that need to be finished first. So you do need to look at a potential of any relationship that comes from within you. Look at your own potential, look at the potential of the relationships. And it's all about what you need to finish. What do you need to complete? One step at a time. Don't rush. Just finish each task is really important here. Got Knight of Swords with Six of Wands. So you got the sense of planning, making strategies, planning the situation, so that you can have the success that you want, the victories that you want, even though there might be some challenges to the relationships. It's important that you make some plans, that you sort of make a bit of a, yeah, I do feel like you need to sort of plan and strategize sometimes within a relation, what type of relationship you want, and not rush into anything, allowing yourself to have the victory, the successes that you really need. Okay, next we've got King of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. Now, having the King of Cups and Queen of Pentacles to me is about being organized. Don't let your emotions get the better of you sometimes. Sometimes you've got to just don't let your heart overrule logic, okay? Being practical within the relationship. I think it's really important here to have that sense of being organized, being sort of practical. Don't let your emotions get the better of you. That's basically what I get here. Okay. So we've got the sense of new relationships, new things coming in with the Ace of Cups. And the Page of Swords tells us to expect only the truth within oneself as well as within others, to bring in that new relationship, that new beginning here. So communication is going to be really important here. And honesty, being honest, having that integrity. Now, there might be some things that are really challenging from your past. Okay, and the reason why I say past is because it's Six of Cups. Six of Cups is about the past memories, memories of the past, memories that were created. And we've got Five of Swords, which is about defeat, about being that sense of feeling like there are some challenges from the past. I do feel like there were some challenges of the past which made you feel like maybe that need to be dealt with to bring in that new beginning. So hopefully that sort of okay, so that's really important here. So there's quite a bit there. So first card we have here is perception. Okay, what is your perception, your ideas, your dreams about relationships? That's what you need to look at. You need to really analyze and think about. Then you need to be able to fall to trust in in yourself. Trust in yourself in regards to relationships. Now there's a need to cleanse away the past, cleanse away what was, and remember to stay grounded. Now it's a very sort of dark crystal with shungite and smoky quartz. You've got the sort of like brown crystals, the base chakra, or the feet, if you like. Remembering to sort of stay grounded is really important to cleanse away the past energy. And so look at your perceptions, your thoughts in regards to what does love mean to you? What does relationships mean to you? And then being able to sort of trust in what you want. That's really important here. So here you go. So there's a lot for you to sort of think about, Nina, in this relationship here. Oh, okay. We've got some more donations coming in. Wow. Okay. Oh, thank you for the donations. Okay, so we're waiting for Intuitive Chosen One's question. So I'm just going to do SD quickly. What are SS intentions for you now as there's been no contact? Let's just do the Gilded Tarot Royale. Whoa. That was interesting because when I asked, I got 4 of Wands, which is about commitment. But it could be a commitment to their own life. It feels like that they want, not necessarily within you, but within themselves. They want a commitment to themselves. Do feel like they're looking at their own potential. So I feel like SD, that SS is not about, when I'm looking at the four of Wands, they're looking at making some foundations, a sense of stability in their energy. So they're looking at maybe a commitment, a wholeness within themselves, a stability within themselves. Maybe they do want a relationship on some level, but not necessarily with you. It's interesting. That's what's come up here. And then you've got the Ace of Pentacles, which is talking about looking at their potential. So they're looking at their potential of what could be possible. You know, there's no contact going on, but they definitely feel like they're looking for something. They are looking, they're searching for a relationship, a commitment. They're definitely looking for the potential of something. SD. So interesting that sort of came up. Right. Intuitive Chosen One. Type your question. So this is a free list. And then the donations. I'm just waiting for Intuitive Chosen One. Right. So Intuitive Chosen. Let's have a look. Whew, just taking a moment to sort of take a breath. Let's just light another incense stick. Let's throw in Nature's Nest. Just taking a breath. Got a bit of time. We're okay for time. It's all good. But just if everyone can type in their questions, those that are donated, Intuitive Chosen, I just need a question. Whew. If everyone just takes a breath for a minute. Whoops. Right. Just waiting for Chosen's question. I know things can be a bit slow coming in from YouTube into StreamYard, but typing seems to be a bit older. Oh, take a nice deep breath. Oh, we're a bit on the right. Let's have a look. Thank you. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So this is going to take in a bit of a let's do this first. Will you get to the bottom in resolution? And let's have a look from here. Okay. Before I do that, and then I'm going to go. So tell us about the salon. Okay, so let's have a look. Interesting, resolution. So yes, there are going to be some challenges to the situation, but yes, you will get to the resolution of it. You will sort it out. Let's have a look what it says. But it's telling you to choose a new direction. Don't get too wound up in it. I think it's important that you sort of just talks about choosing a new direction for some reason. It's just telling you that, yes, you will solve the resolution. Yes, you'll get to the resolution to who hacked your account and open a student loan, but it's going to give you a chance to sort of be a bit more in control, to choose a new direction in your path. It's going to sort of say, hey, look, it's time for you to sort of review your journey, look at your journey in a new way. You're being tested in many ways, but it does talk about, with the Six of Swords here, that you will find a resolution to the situation. So yes, you'll get a resolution at the bottom, and you'll find a resolution to who hacked your accounts and opened a student loan in your name. But it's really sort of saying that you need to also maybe choose which direction you're actually going to go in regards to this situation. Maybe you need to find the answer. You might need to choose a different pathway than you thought. So when you sort of choose that different direction, it's going to allow you to sort of be a bit more in control, to find the resolution that you wanted, and to look at the tests that you've had in regard to the situation. So what have you learned? So what have you learned about the situation? It's really looking at the challenges that you've had from this situation. I feel like there's a lot that you're learning. And should have chosen one. I feel like there's a lot that you learned from the situation, a lot about learning about being in control, the things that you can do to make sure that you're protected within with your accounts. I think there's a lot of things that you're learning. So it's going to teach you about moving into a new direction. I think you have to choose a new direction in the way that you do things in regards to protecting your accounts, protecting your identity. I think there's some VPN type of energy that's really important. So it's super important here. Go, Ms. Rack, go through Ko-Fi. See the links down below. See the pinned link. Gives you the choices. PayPal or Stripe. And Stripe's the credit card type of thing. No super chat, not monetized. So intuitive chosen one, really important here to look at the direction that you move in regards to the situation. Look at what you've learned from the situation. Look at what you've been tested by. Look at the conflicts that you've had in regards to this. Learn about your protection. It is about moving forward into a new direction. You will get a resolution. It is about being in control. So there you are. Eliza, cool. Ms. Rack, no super chat. I'm not monetized. You need to go through Ko-Fi or the pinned links down below. So I've got Eliza's question. I feel like this is being a constant, Eliza, an obsession. So I'm going to do Rider. Okay. There's a lot of pausing, a lot of reflecting. And they're at a crossroads. They're unsure in which direction they're going to go. There is no plans. There are no actions. They're pausing. They are blinded by what's possible. They're at a crossroads. They're unsure in which path they're going. Okay, there is no action. There is no plans. There's just a lot of thinking, a lot of pausing, a lot of being blinded by what's possible. They're at a crossroads. They're unsure. There doesn't seem to be any movement forward. Eliza. Okay, there's no action. It's time for you to start taking care of you. Eliza, I'm going to do one card here. And what does Eliza need to do to move forward? An interesting card flew out. I'm doing one extra card for you, Eliza, and it's about your inner strength, your inner power, standing in your own power, standing in your own strength to move forward. Okay? Nothing's going to happen with R. It's time for you to start moving forward on your own journey, starting having your own power, your own courage, standing in your own power and moving forward and where you want to be. Endurance, stamina, in the sense of keep going in your own journey. Forget about R. Time to think about you. Time to move forward. Right. Right, let's have a look and see if I've got anything here. Okay. So no questions from any. So if they're not here to type their questions in, they miss out, and I get ready to wrap up. Right. You're welcome, intuitive chosen one. Eliza, so. Whew, nice deep breath. So take a nice deep breath. Just clearing away any energy, any negative energy. Bringing in the light. So I think that might be about it. If there's no more donations, no more, no one's typing in their questions. Eat more. That's interesting. Yeah, I do find I eat quite a bit, so it's important that I eat a lot of veggies and good meals. So I don't know if there's anyone else that wants a reading or... So I should have really put that in. Okay, so I'm doing the ending soon. So if there's any last minute readings need to be done, now is the time to type them in. Oh, you don't like... No, can't do lettuce on its own. It has to be with stuff. Oh, I couldn't eat lettuce on its own. It has to be chopped up really... Lettuce, music oracle, chop up super fine. And then I add heaps of stuff to it. I must admit, I'm enjoying my meals that I got Monday. For those that haven't watched the video, I think this is about it, to be honest. I'm just cruising at the moment, just taking a deep breath. Carrots and corn. I like a coleslaw or a stir fry with carrots and cabbage and corn and stuff like that in it, but not. I love zucchinis or courgettes, what do you like to call them? Spring onions. I'm not a tomato person unless it's cooked. Okay. So if there's no more readings, let's be a little bit naughty. Okay, so I'm just BS here. Oh. No more free readings. It's only it's only donations. And then I'm finishing up. No more readings except for Egyptian famous, Divine Judgment, Alexandra, Joshi, and Hermant. Otherwise, I'm closing up. Because I'm just finishing up. Right. So hide this for a minute. Okay, there's a reason why I'm doing it like this for a minute. Okay. I'm doing a bit of a 1, 2, or 3, right? It's a pleasure oracle. Okay, are you ready with the erotic tarot? Okay, 1 for you. Let's start. 1 second. Without going into too much detail. Okay, the first one is windows to the soul. Whether looking in a mirror or staring ardently into the eye, or staring ardently into the eyes of a partner, erotically, charged eye contact is the ultimate invulnerable yet suspenseful foreplay. You'd be forgiven for thinking that arousal is unlocked through hyper-exhibitionism alone. But from ancient tantric beliefs to modern film theory, holding the gaze isn't just an intimate emotional experience. It can also be a carnal one. Action, connection, reciprocity, even slightly psychedelic states. Gazing liberates our thinking brain and brings us into a state of deep satisfaction and soulfulness, physically and emotionally. Want to try it? Start with yourself, then others. Don't rush it. Take all the beauty in. So take your time looking in the mirror. This is about looking at yourself in the mirror. Okay, that's the first thing here. So then you've got the sense of Queen of Feathers, Page of Feathers. And I get that sense of looking at the truth from within, nurturing the truth, the idea, the being able to communicate clearly. So looking in the mirror is going to allow you to really nurture the truth of the situation, allowing you to really look at the sense of integrity within oneself. Super important here. So number 3, you're alive. To experience hurt and loss is to become more wise. Nothing good ever comes from playing it safe. Whereas risk may contain injury, it also contains every imaginable treasure. So dare yourself to do something major. It's by moving through pain rather than bypassing it that we come face to face with pleasure. That goes for life as much as it does kink. Action, because life heartbreaks will come whether you welcome them or not. You may as well invite them in and accept their gifts. It would be rude not to. To feel pain is to know you're alive, and what gift is that? So it's really about facing those things that might hurt you in this, what you've been hurt by. I think it's really important to acknowledge how you've been hurt And that allows you to really decide what you truly want in life. If you can acknowledge how you were hurt or what happened, you can allow yourself to move forward and really sort of nurture your emotions. So decide what you truly want in your life and nurture that wounds, those hurts of the past. Number 3 is erotic visions. Are you holding the vision of exactly how you want to feel? What erotic North Star are you chasing? This is your invitation to pursue your most sensual, fiercest, most audacious visions of yourself and your satisfying life. Daydreaming isn't enough, though, honey. Equally as important as your unique vision is your plan for getting there. Action. What can you do right now in this moment to get you closer to living your wildest, wettest dreams? What can you do today, this week? There is no waiting and wishing in an empowered, pleasure-filled life. There is only doing. There is only this precious present moment. So this is really about seeing what you want to achieve in regard to your dreams and how you can get there. And this is by looking at things from a different perspective, no longer being in suspension, cutting yourself free, allowing yourself to release the burdens is super important here. Allowing you to let go of what's been holding you heavy in regards to your dreams. Instead of just dreaming about it, it's time to take action. It's time to let go. It's time to free yourself from it. Okay. So that was pile 1, 2, and 3. And we have from the list. Okay, was Alexandra in that first? Let me have a look here. So where are we in this? So I don't know if we've had in here today. Alexandra, you're way up in the free list and we haven't had typed your question in. So now you've typed your question in, we can do it. Alexandra, finally. Yeah, you came in much earlier. Been waiting for you, Alexandra. Whew, it is hot. Let's do the waterfall tarot. How's your dad been feeling recently? I think we're on the last little bit. We're ending soon. I'm wrapping up. So if there's any donations coming through, I'll do them quickly. And any of those Egyptian famous, Divine Judgment, Joshi and Hermant, and Alexandra we missed from earlier on. We have been waiting. So, yeah. Like I said, people flick in and out due to circumstances. It's good to get them done. Right. I'm just cruising. Another 10 minutes music oracle and we're out of here. Give it 10 to 15 minutes and then we're out. If nobody donates. So, and those people don't post their questions. How's your dad been feeling? Or think you've been feeling? Okay, that's no that. How does your dad think you've been feeling after I had to take treatment? Think you've been feeling. Okay. Focused. Your dad thinks you're focused. Finishing tasks, ending things, shifting. I think there's a lot of ending of tasks. This is an end, a final. In regards to thoughts, old ideas, it feels like there's a shift in your thoughts and ideas, that you've finished some tasks that need to be done. Yep. Sounds good. Okay, Alexandra, I think your dad thinks that you've been feeling like you've completed some tasks. There's a shift in your thoughts, shift in your ideas, shift in your plans. There's a shift in your mental state with your treatment. That's what Dad thinks you've been feeling recently, that you've finished tasks and that things are ending, that there is a shift in your thoughts and ideas, a shift in your perceptions. So yeah, I think that's about it. Whew. Right. Um, okay, here's something that I'm just going to do one card. I'm just going to do the dark mirror. So we're just going to do one card to sort of reflect on. What do we need to reflect on at this time? This is just about reflecting. Oh, here we go. Naked before the stars. So let's have a look at this. Card number 18. Scooby-Doo, where are you? I love that. Okay, naked before the stars. Moon phase is first quarter. Stage of acceptance. Accepting our own beauty in size, color, age, and size. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. A beautiful, curvy woman wearing lacy lingerie. One is a black corset, and she kneels in her full sensuality under the lights of a million artificial stars. Sentence. There is no perfection that is worth enough. There is imperfection as proud as the heavens. Going dark. What do we see when we look in a mirror? Do we see something we like or something we dislike? Something we care or something we are a slave of? What do we compare ourselves to the stars of a media firmament looking into our real life, to the social models, to the beauty queens and kings of the internal pageant, to our inner self, to the idea we had when we were younger, to the eyes of the people loving us? I wonder what feelings the words curvy, cute, chubby, fatty, rounded arouse within us. If a smile or distaste or recognition, the quest for beauty is not an empty quest. Even if beauty is not as deep as the ocean, still when we shine, our world becomes brighter. But we will always feel naked in front of the stars. We should just learn not to blush and stand proudly. It's always about being better within ourselves, acceptance of who we are, and loving who we are, no matter what anybody else thinks. Okay, I think that's it, Music Oracle. I think we're going to call it quits now. Been on for nearly 2 hours. Lots of people didn't type in their questions. They missed out. But that's okay. That's the way life is sometimes. I'm not going to stick around and wait forever. So, Music Oracle, thank you very much for supporting me, for being here, for being the mod. You're always a big help. And you're welcome, Music Oracle. You're welcome. I don't feel like anybody else is here. Certainly was a busy couple of hours. I'm not going to wait around for hours and hours for everybody. If anyone wants to book, I think that's about it. Okay. Now, I may not be on Friday because I've got an appointment. So won't see you now until next week. Unless I do a surprise on my Saturday, your Friday. It just depends. So keep an eye out because I won't be on Friday. I've got an appointment. So keep an eye out for Saturday, maybe. Your Friday. Just keep an eye out for your Friday, my Saturday. So no Friday because I've got an appointment with the scan. So I need to ring them now and confirm. So that's it from me. Okay, that's it. Don't forget you can book a private reading with me if you wish to.